All right, thanks everybody. So my name is Dan Harris. I'm a senior solutions engineer at Vonage, and today I'm going to be talking about Microsoft Teams and how Vonage can enhance your team's experience with premium calling and contact center capabilities. Now, first, I just really quickly wanted to start, like, who all has used Microsoft products before?
Sure, I want.
All right, I figured that would be everybody. All right, so who all uses Teams currently as their collaboration platform?
Don't. And
There's two people. All right, awesome. You guys do any native calling through Teams today, or is it just collaboration and meetings?
Absolutely.
This meeting? Have you guys thought about integrating integrating telephony into Teams before?
Oh yeah.
Not yet.
I don't know anything.
Keyword yet. All right, awesome. So ultimately, Teams has a couple different options for telephony. They offer their own, and of course, companies like Vonage can offer a competing solution as well. We recently did a customer engagement survey this year, just to kind of poll our customers and figure out what the important aspects were for their businesses. In an emerging world of AI and all those components, multi-channel applications and stuff like that, 93% of customers still want a voice channel. They still want to be able to call into a business and communicate with people using their voice. When we also asked customers what were some of the other must-have components, 64% of people said they still want live customer service. 52% of people said they wanted a callback option. So instead of waiting on hold, they want to be able to press 7, press 0, press 4, something to be able to get out of queue but still get a callback when it's their time. Nearly half of participants wanted a variety of methods to communicate, so they do want that omni-channel experience: voice, web chat, email. 48% of people still wanted 24/7 customer service, so obviously still pretty important for a lot of participants. And in the emerging world of AI communication and collaboration, 34% of people were still open to being able to communicate with a virtual agent, which is something that Vonage offers as well. Now, Microsoft Teams has over 320 million active users, yet their native phone adoption is relatively low at just under 37%, so 36.9%. So why is that? Really, the top one is going to be reliability. So Vonage offers 5 nines of uptime. I believe recently Microsoft has started to say that their telephony system offers 5 nines of uptime as well, but Microsoft Teams itself is only 4 nines of uptime. So if you're running everything through Microsoft Teams and Teams goes down, you lose your phone system until that outage resolves. Leveraging somebody like Vonage as the back-end telephony component, in the event that Teams goes down, you could use the Vonage app as your backup. That could be the desktop app, that could be the mobile app. We also have a call continuity feature to where you can specify a backup number, like your cell phone, like an answering service or something, to where we can automatically start to reroute those calls to that backup number in the event that Teams goes down.
What is the nice market share of the flat provider of that WebEx, or what is the largest there?
For collaboration, I believe it's
For the making the call. Should be.
that one I probably have to double check on.
Plan to adopt Microsoft Teams for this. So most of them are not used yet. So what are the?
I would have to double check because a lot of people offer direct routing solutions like we do. I don't know who has the biggest market share for direct routing outside of Teams. So I'll have to double check on that for you. A great question.
Yeah.
So kind of continuing on, cost is a big factor as well. Typically, it's going to be more costly to do native Microsoft Teams telephony routing than it is to leverage somebody like Vonage. Features was the next biggest one on the list. Microsoft Teams is relatively newer in the world. It focuses more so on collaboration and whatnot. Vonage has been in the voice over IP space for over 20 years, providing residential service, and over 10 years now in the business space. So we have a lot more features than Microsoft would be able to offer native. Complexity, it is a lot more difficult typically to manage a native Teams solution. You have to have really a lot of knowledge of the Microsoft ecospace to be able to do that. And it does also require certain knowledge of things like PowerShell in certain cases to be able to manage that. And really the last one is going to be coverage. So Vonage is a international organization. We do have coverage all over the world. So if you're with Teams natively calling from the US, if you have users that need to receive calls outside the country, they're going to have to basically have a third-party PSTN provider in those countries to be able to offer service.
I have a very important question. How are they planning to adopt something in 23 if we're 25 already?
That's a great question. So that, to be transparent, this data on this slide is a little bit older. They didn't give me the updated data for that. So great call out there. I like your attention to detail. And we covered coverage as well. All right, so there's again a number of ways that we can really enhance your services with Teams. I just like to point out really 3 things in here. So enterprise calling features, a fully integrated contact center solution within Teams, so presence and everything like that sync, and then minimize costs, right? Because if you go with Teams for your UCaaS solution and you need contact center as well, you're going to have to get a third-party solution. So you have 2 builds. Typically, that's going to be more costly than going through Vonage alone.
So what is that like is everybody's hot feature stuff?
So there's a number of different things that we offer in that particular case. If you if you want, let me go ahead and get through the demo here, and we can certainly dive into some of those other capabilities afterwards.
Wow.
All right, and then not just Teams. So we do integrate as well with other components of the Microsoft ecosystem. So we have really two versions of the Teams integration. That's going to depend on the licensing that you have. So historically, to use Microsoft Teams phone system, you would have to have an E5 license. You would have to have an $8 phone system add-on. That would be the standard Teams integration here. If you don't have those licenses or don't want to pay for the add-on, we do have our BBC Voice for Microsoft Teams. It actually leverages the same back-end routing technology as the standard Teams integration, but it doesn't have the need for the additional licensing for that. In addition to integration with Teams, we have integrations with Microsoft Dynamics, both on our contact center and back office sides. And then we also have an integration as well, with like our Outlook, with our meetings platform, which you might not leverage with Teams, but if you did need a backup with that, we can integrate our meetings information directly into Outlook as well.
I think.
All right, that really concludes what I wanted to discuss today about Microsoft Teams. I really appreciate everybody joining. We do have a hospitality lounge up on the second floor. If you go up there, I think you have to go up and go back that way. You'll see a lounge, and there's, as she mentioned, ice cream, or ice cream as you call it, and a bunch of other things if you wanted to grab that as well. So
It's the thing that puts AI particular or in this what are AI specifics?
so if you want, I can go over there and kind of dive into what we have to offer for that. But let me go ahead and give this over to her so she can do the raffle.
Let's hear it for Dan.
Woo!